So you've been thinking about making a YouTube channel. Maybe you have been for a while now, but you've never gotten around to it. Now, I trust that you're a smart guy, you know what you're doing, and I'm gonna assume since you've put it off for this long, you probably have a valid reason. And if you clicked on this video, then you must be fairly serious about killing this dream for good, right? I'm not here to judge your motives or reasoning, but I am here to help. So hear me out and let me just offer a few incredibly reliable steps for making sure that you never start that channel of yours. Number 1, make excuses. This is a classic. I mean, let's be honest, you're probably already doing this. Excuses are very effective because they take advantage of your logic and reasoning. There are rarely any valid reasons to not try something, so what you need to do is create some imaginary reasons. They don't have to be that strong, they just have to be good enough, okay? And remember, the more vague, the better. I can't start my channel because I need a nice camera or a nice microphone first. Yeah, this is a good start, but say it with me, it ain't vague enough. Excuses that are too specific fall apart quickly because you could just go buy a nice camera or use the one you already have on your phone. Instead, try something like this. I don't have enough time to make videos right now. This excuse is perfect because of how non-specific it is. Whether or not you actually have free time is irrelevant because time is so subjective. You can just convince yourself that you truly don't have any time. Remember, it's not necessarily about how realistic these excuses are. What matters is that you think they're valid, as long as you think that it's valid. As long as you're able to convince your brain that there's an insurmountable obstacle in the way, you're almost guaranteed to stay in that sweet comfort zone for the rest of your life. Number 2, overthink it. Everyone knows that every YouTuber's first video is perfect. Therefore, you better take as much time as possible to ensure that your first video is an absolute banger. Just whatever you do, don't go look at other YouTubers' first videos. That will only distract you, so don't even waste your time, okay? Instead, think about all of the millions and millions of hours being uploaded to YouTube every day. You think you have something unique to contribute to that endless mountain of content? Really? Well, you better make sure of it, because if your first video ends up being mediocre, that would be, well, it would be cringe. And I mean, you don't want to be cringe, do you? I don't know about you, but I would rather die than be cringe. So what you need to do is elevate this standard and expectation until it is completely out of reach. Nothing stops someone right in their tracks quicker than overwhelming self-inflicted pressure. Twist that and use it to your advantage. When you say, my ideas aren't good enough yet, what you really mean is my ideas will never be good enough. Sneaking that powerful lie into your subconscious is one of the most effective ways to keep yourself stuck in that endless loop of overthinking before actually doing. And finally, number 3, live in fear. At the root of all abandoned dreams is usually fear. No matter how you slice it, this tends to be the deciding factor. It's very common. Fear, it's for good reason. Fear is necessary for survival. It is what protects us from terrible things like death, danger, or something even worse, like embarrassment. Let's just think about things objectively here for a second and assess the best and worst case scenarios when it comes to starting a channel. So the worst case scenario, okay? What if nobody watches your video and it totally flops? Okay, all that effort and all that planning, you film and you edit, you produce it, and you finally upload it just to get like 2 views and like 1 like maybe. How embarrassing would that be, right? That would be totally embarrassing, yeah? Worse yet, what if it does get views, but the bad kind? What if people absolutely trash on your first video, something that you were truly passionate about and you thought was pretty good? What if it gets flooded with hate comments and negative criticism? What if a guy named Todd says you're stupid or something? What if the public deems your content to be so bad that it actually goes viral and every person on every social media platform clowns on you? Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared for each and every one of your insecurities to be magnified and attacked on Twitter? Yeah, I didn't think so, okay? In a way, that risk is what you're signing up for when you hit upload. Think about that, okay? Now, obviously, that hypothetical situation is very realistic and highly probable. But what about the best case scenario, okay? Now, what I'm about to say is incredibly unlikely, but let's just play devil's advocate for a moment, okay? In the event that you do start that channel, what do you even have to gain? Well, maybe your video does decently well and a couple people like it. Maybe, I guess, maybe you feel the rush of trying something new and you realize that you really enjoy making videos and keep pursuing it as a fulfilling hobby. What if this hobby grows into a successful future and you gain a method of expressing yourself and finding satisfaction in your legacy? What if your videos gain the potential to reach people all across the world, to lighten their days, give them hope, something to laugh about, something to think about? Regardless of hard numbers or views, what if you manage to create something bigger than yourself? What if what you make truly resonates and touches just one person's life for the better? What if that future channel ends up being the single most meaningful thing you achieve during the short time you have here on Earth? Yeah, but what if it flops and it is like really embarrassing? Doesn't that seem like too much of a risk? Yeah, that's what I thought. Probably just better not make it then, right?